Back to my superintendent report, curriculum advisory, I have no update at this time. Facilities Advisory Council, Kristen and Joel are scheduled to report to the board in December on an update on our life safety project, so I'll probably have the facilities that Kristen and Joel will probably want to meet with myself and the advisory council sometime in November before the December meeting. We could do that via Zoom as well. Finance Advisory Council, no update. There'll be a first read of the levy in November, and then there'll be a Finance Advisory Council between the November and the December meeting when we finalize the levy and we begin to look at staffing, projected staffing and enrollment. It's hard to believe we're already looking at next school year. This has been a unique year for sure, but we are getting close to that process. Personnel Advisory Council, no update. Policy Advisory Council, no update. Purchase or lease of land advisory council. I'm scheduled to meet with some of the Cook County Commissioners, the zoo and the Forest Preserve on Friday for a walkthrough. So where this left off, we got some coverage on this and back in July, and I know the Landmark ran a nice story on this. We originally have been working on this for a long time. Jay D'Alessandro has been assisting us as a consultant, getting everybody in the room and trying to get the commissioners, the Forest Reserve, all the public entities on board with the school district. And as in this July, the goal was always to come up with an agreement that the Chicago Zoological Society, as the main tenant of that property, would be acceptable with. And we had reached an agreement with a handshake agreement with the Chicago Zoological Society on improving the area around the ball fields to increase parking and eliminate them parking on the ball fields. The amount of spaces that the zoo was requesting would require some trees to be cut down, and at that point the Forest Preserve stepped in and they didn't want to have any impact on any of the trees. So now we have redevised some plans that would reduce the number of spots and not have impact on the trees. But now the zoo has concerns that they feel they're not being made whole enough. So we're kind of back to trying to figure out what the right number is and what the design would look like. And hopefully we can still get this done. I think all sides have tried to communicate accordingly and stay collaborative and stay open-minded. So the timing of doing this at the same time of a pandemic has been slightly difficult with some of the stuff having to take place via Zoom. But I would anticipate the fact that people are still meeting and still open to trying to find some solution is a positive. So I will continue to update the board as this works itself out. And finally, the Liability Insurance Advisory Council is meeting November 4th, and a recommendation will be brought to the Board of Education for our liability insurance selection in December.